I was just going to talk a little bit about Anthony Smith. Is this official now? Is he officially fighting John Jones? Has it been announced, or has it sort of been just announced by both of them?
No, Dana.
No,
Oh,
go ahead, Harrington.
I was obviously talking to the all knowing Mike in the room.
you look right at me, Lewis.
Go
So apparently Dana White came out, told TMZ that it is a go. The only thing that could hold it up is whether or not Nevada State Athletic Commission is going to punish Jones for the irregularity of the picograms. But Dana White says,
Oh,
oh,
you mean the failed drug test?
it's an irregularity.
It's an irregular. There was some kind of strange technical irregularity that cannot be fathomed, explained, or understood. It's just weird. Oh, you mean the failed drug test? Okay, all right. I mean, I guess that would be the only holdup. Incidentally, Daniel Cormier called me this morning, and we had a little chat about a few things, which shall remain nameless. The reason he called is because Callum is back wrestling now. He's recovered from his surgery.
I saw
Actually
that.
won. Yeah, he won a tournament at the weekend, got a belt, his first ever belt to go with his massive medals. And at the weekend, DC has a wrestler that's ranked number 1 at state. Callum's number 4. And he's like, oh, we're going to be there at the same tournament at the weekend. So we were talking a bit of shit. We did talk about Jones and all that type of stuff. But, circle of trust, baby. I can't break it.
Rule number 19: can't break the circle of trust. But I'm sure you can give us a little tidbit, something that if a fly was on the wall, they could pick up, just a little crumb.
Okay, I'll give you a crumb. I'm so easy. I'm so pathetic. Well, I saw that Brendan Schaub on his show was saying that I'm breaking a lot of circles here. Brendan Schaub on his show was saying that DC, I don't know if you saw it. I saw a little highlight on YouTube. He said, DC's got to be careful because, he's not indisposable. He could get fired, and something like that because he was talking shit. And, DC said that isn't an issue, and the UFC have never said anything like that. Like I used to talk a lot of shit. Dana never, ever once called me and said, you need to stop saying this, or you need to start saying this. You need to give us props for that and stop saying that. He never, in all the 12, 13 years that I fought for the UFC, he never, ever said that. And DC also alluded to the fact that Dana didn't give a fuck. He can say whatever he wants, which is fair enough. Got to respect that.
Yeah, it's also, look, when you have the heavyweight strap and you are an extremely popular fighter, he also reaps some of those benefits as well. I think that DC gets away with a little bit more. Now you look at somebody like Ben Askren, who for a very long time was, banished from the UFC, and Dana White wouldn't even have the conversation about him. And it was because he was very vocal, but it was more than just being vocal against UFC and expressing an opinion. It felt like Ben Askren was almost trolling Dana and trolling the UFC and sort of trying to get under their skin. And it seemed to get personal there. It was almost like, yeah, well, fuck you, dude. You're not going to be the star that you want to be in America because you sort of need to get through here in order to do it. So it's a little bit of a different thing. There are rumors, though. I mean, obviously there was, who's the famous one that I was thinking of? John Fitch.
Rumors regarding
just sort of about if you're not towing the company line about how they'll fucking, that's that. John Fitch was the guy who has had a lot of beef with the UFC, and I like John Fitch a lot, but it seems to be another guy who spent a lot of time going out of his way to shit on the organization. And it's like, well, dude, you're not going to really do yourself any favors. If I work in a fucking deli and the boss at the deli, I keep on calling him a fucking asshole, I'm probably not going to get a raise. I'm probably not going to move up in the ranks at the deli. I'm probably never going to be one of the big guns there.
Yeah, for sure. Listen, I don't know John Fitch. He was a very good fighter. He didn't have the most fan-friendly style, obviously very wrestling-dominant style that wasn't particularly exciting. Was he effective? Was he good? Yes, he was. But he did, as you say, also went out of his way to talk a little bit of shit. And I never understood fighters that do that, fighters that go out there and publicly talk shit about the UFC. And as you said, liken it to any job. A lot of people listening to this show right now, they may be at work, and shout out to all those people that message and say, I'm listening to the show. You get me through my day at work, or I'm driving a truck or whatever. They love listening to the show. So shout out, guys, because I used to be one of those people. I used to work shifts. I used to work factory work, all that stuff. So I'm glad we can make your day a little more fun. But if you're one of those guys and you're publicly talking shit. If for some reason a newspaper does an article on your place of work and they come in and they speak to you and you say, oh yeah, this place run by a set of dickheads, can't stand the fucking boss, they don't pay us anything, blah, 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 blah. And you go on, guess what? As you said, you're probably not going to get promoted anytime soon. And the first time they can get you out the back door, you're gone. You know what I mean? Now, unfortunately,
you better keep on fucking winning. You better have that title. You better, because that's the thing with, DC is in a very different position than a lot of other guys. So I guess it's a little bit, and same thing for you. You've been a star. You've been the dude that was sort of like, at the head of European, MMA, at UFC, like you're the dude, So I think it was, but it's sort of rightfully so. You kind of get it. I've done sales jobs before. Let me tell you something. I was like a good salesman, and I would always go 150% of my goal. And my boss would never come in my office and look at my fucking notes, would never give me shit, would never ask me how long my lunch break was. Because you know what? I was going above and beyond, and I was killing it every time, and it didn't matter. The other guy who wasn't doing that, well, I'm sure his lunch break was scrutinized. I'm sure the amount of time he took to go for a workout, or if he wanted to spend time bullshitting on the internet, it's a different thing. So it's also the quality of work as well.
Did you also spaz out at your work colleagues at work the way you do Shannon and Harrington? I mean, what I was exposed to earlier, I'm shocked that a human being could be so disrespectful to another. I mean, for me, in 2019, it's all about positivity, bro. It's all about treating other people how you wish to be treated. And that, Lewis, was shocking. I'm disgusted. I'm offended. You owe them an apology. Please, before the fans, the listeners, the subscribers, the believers, apologize for yourself.
Fine.
For your soul.
Fine. I'll take this moment, and I would like to publicly apologize to Brendan Schaub and Brian Callen for the remarks we made about them a couple months ago. I'll apologize again. I can't apologize enough. All right, Rogan, I'm sorry.
There you go. Now we're finally talking. Now we're getting to the bottom of it. I
feel better
because I thought you were going to say, yeah. Doesn't that feel better?
Feel a little
Let's
better.
Get that load off. That negative baggage that you've been carrying around.
Yeah.
Okay, it's gone. You've worked it out of your system. You've removed the demons. I thought you were going to say, I'd like to take this opportunity to apologize to absolutely fucking nobody.
Boom!
The owner of Gas Digital does what the fuck he wants.
It's true.
But no. But I see you waving your hand there. Would that lead me to believe we have a certain Lionheart?
Well, yeah, we're gonna go to Anthony Smith in just a moment here, which I'm very excited to talk. I interviewed Anthony Smith on UFC Unfiltered podcast with Jim Norton and Matt Serra, good friends over at the UFC Unfiltered podcast. We do, kid. I know we bust their balls as well, both Jim Norton and Matt Serra, but we love those guys as well. Yes, Mr. Bisping.
They're the best. They're the best. Let me give you a quick Anthony Smith story before we get started. So last weekend we worked together on Fox, which is why I have his phone number. And he's a very nice guy. He really is. Very, very, very. I saw a lot of myself in him. Just a very hardworking, working class guy trying to make the most of it. I went to the gym. I worked out. I came back. I was going to have a turkey burger at the bar, one beer. Okay, I had a turkey burger and when was this? 2 weeks ago. No, the New Year's Eve show. Whenever the fuck that was, the Jones Gustafson show last week. And there was a couple of UFC supporters at the bar, and they're, oh man, let me buy you a beer. So obviously you can't say no, they've bought you a beer. So I have a beer. So now I've had 2 beers, and I'm like, I'll have one more. I was going to go to bed. Then Anthony Smith shows up with his fiance and his fiance's friend. So we sit at the bar, have some tequila, some more tequila. I don't remember going to bed, if I'm honest. That was my last drink of 2018. And Anthony Smith, I think he was the, what's the word I'm looking for? The facilitator, not the facilitator. What's the word? He told me that everybody was pouring their tequila into my glass when I wasn't aware, because there's a reason why I felt like shit the next day, and he was totally fine, the prick. So, but yeah, great dude. And yeah, I was there on the desk.
All right, Mike, real quick, before we get into the Anthony Smith interview, let's talk about BetDSI, which is a great sponsor of the show. If you love MMA, you've probably thrown a couple bucks down on the sport before, and it makes it a hell of a lot more fun. If you were to gamble on anything, if I were to gamble on the next person to make a mistake in the Gas Digital sound booth, and we were to put $20 on it, Shannon or Harrington, I guess we'd be enjoying the mistakes that are made a hell of a lot more than we're enjoying them today. Am I wrong or am I right?
No, you are correct, but you'd have to be quick because there's a lot of mistakes made. So So like to
Well, they
catch
have-
them, you'd
they
be
have
like
in-game wagering.
You'd have to have like supersonic, some kind of fucking like chum, like expert counter catching all the mistakes. And BetDSI would be out of their mind paying up on them.
No,
But
they won't,
in all
because
honesty,
they have in-game wagering, and that's one of the true hidden features about BetDSI that nobody else has. While it's happening, you can gamble, baby.
And on top of that, they've been in business for over 20 years. So you know that it's a top-rated business on all sportsbook review sites. It has an easy-to-use, fast-playing interface. Bet games is the go, as you just said. Great customer service, 24/7, 365. BetDSI has built a reputation on fast payment of winnings. As you said, Anthony Smith, John Jones, if you want to get a little fruity, if you want to put a little flutter down, I'd say take that money, put it on Anthony Smith right now.
Yeah.
He'll be a massive underdog. And of course, if you use BetDSI, we have a fantastic offer for them, Lewis.
Yes, we do. If you guys use the promo code BYM120 at betdsi.com, that is BYM120 for Believe You Me, that lets them know that we sent you there. And if you would like, you can opt in for a 60% bonus match for anything you spend up to $1,000. So if you put $1,000 down,
What?
you get to play with $1,600. It's pretty damn amazing. Free money. Just so you know, a little side note, I want to let the fans know, if you opt in for the bonus cash, you have to, that bonus money has to roll over. You have to gamble with it a certain amount of times. So just be wary of that. If you don't opt in for any bonus cash, you get paid out right away. So just know that before you go put your money down, how it all works. But use that promo code BYM120. It lets them know that we sent you there. It helps out the show in a massive, massive way. And if you want some extra cash to play with, use that promo code BYM120. Opt in for that 60% bonus.